Booktube. My name is Jessie, and my family and friends call me Jess. This is Book Tea with Jess. I'm starting a new YouTube channel. Want to be part of the Booktube community. This is something that I've been thinking about for a little while now, and I guess I'm kind of sort of also a Booktok refugee, I guess you could say, since the future is uncertain for TikTok, unfortunately. So grab yourself a nice warm or cold beverage of your choice and sit down, get comfy, and we're gonna talk about my new channel. So I saw a lot of new creators. You're gonna see me looking down a lot. I have my computer right here doing the Booktube Newbie tag as a way to introduce themselves, and I am going to go ahead and go through all the questions. If you're unfamiliar with the Booktube Newbie tag, you can literally Google it. It's like a series of questions for new booktubers, and I'm just going to go through all of the questions and answer them so that you kind of get a feel of who I am and why I'm here, and we'll go from there. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I've been on Booktok since the pandemic, and I enjoyed the community there. I've got a lot of reading recommendations, and you know, the future of that is kind of sketch, so I'm hopping over to build community here on YouTube. And I'm a long-winded elder millennial. I take a lot of millennial pauses, and I'm so sorry. I know that's really annoying, but I am 36. I am geriatric, and I've been trying to get that out of my speaking. Maybe as time goes on it'll get better, but you know, we'll see. What are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? Well, on the surface, I'm not the most unique content creator. I'm just another white chick on the internet talking about books. But I do have a really oddball personality, so I hope that shines through in my reviews and my videos and reading vlogs. You're probably just gonna see my uniqueness come out over time. On the surface, I'm just another booktuber, but I'm a weirdo, and you'll figure that out. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I am most excited about joining all the bookish creators here. I think that this is awesome. There's a wealth of really interesting, different people on here with really diverse and fascinating opinions. And I just want to establish community here with all of the readers and reviewers, and I followed a lot of creators here on my personal YouTube account for many years, and now I want to participate. So maybe I'll reach out to some of those people and be like, hey, what's up, what's going on? And then this is a big one. Why do you love reading? So it's hard to articulate why I love reading so much. I read for a lot of the reasons as the other people do on this platform. I read to experience different times, lives, cultures. I read because I love the escapism. I love fantasy worlds. I love learning new things. And I would say that my reasons are very similar to everybody else on the YouTube. And what book or series got you into reading? Not necessarily a series per se. I started reading really young, and I kind of tried to read everything that I could get my hands on as a little kid. I grew up in the time where Unsolved Mysteries was on NBC, and it was on like, and plus the reruns were on like almost every night, it seemed. And I developed this fascination with spooky stuff and cryptids and Bermuda Triangle and, you know, monsters and things like that. And I really gravitated towards like paranormal stories, I guess you could say. I remember reading In a Dark, Dark Room in kindergarten, you know, the book where Jenny's head falls off. If you don't know, you should look it up. It's by Alvin Schwartz. And I think that's where my love of like creepy stuff and like ghost stories and things of that nature came from. And what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would probably ask them about their creative process, you know, how they organize, how they're going to come up with content, you know, if they decide on themes, if they're just, you know, mood readers and they record whatever they feel like. You know, I'd probably ask them, you know, what they do outside of YouTube too, because that would be really interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of different backgrounds here. I have worked in veterinary medicine for 13 years, so, you know, that's my background. So yeah. And then what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Getting started. Like planning content and what I want my channel to look like. And, you know, I have the Book Tea with Jess as the title of it right now. It might change. I don't know. I'm just like literally just putting this video out here so I can start, essentially. And when did you start reading? My parents would tell you that I started reading, you know, simple things around 2 years old. I don't really remember learning how to read. It just kind of happened. I know a lot of people, you know, remember reading because of like, it's kind of like a milestone sort of thing, but I started reading way before I even entered public school, so it's hard to tell. And I'm kind of like a neurodivergent person, and that's my neurodivergent special power, I guess you could say. And then, where do you read? I read everywhere. I always have my Kindle on me. If I'm out and about, I have it in my purse just in case I'm in a situation where I have to wait a long time. My favorite place to read is on my couch in front of the library that I have set up in my living room. And I always have some sort of like ambiance video on my TV so that, you know, I can feel kind of immersed and in the zone, I guess you could say. And what kinds of books that do you like to read? I'm going to try to figure out how to throw my Fable stats up here for you so you can see my little pie graph. If it's not up, I couldn't figure it out, so I apologize if that happens. But I am a mood reader. My top genres last year were romance, fantasy, mystery, thriller, and horror. I do read the occasional classical literature and some nonfiction when the mood strikes, depending on if it's like an interest of mine at the time. And lately I've been really into like literary horror, especially books that have, you know, something more to say. It's not just like splatterpunk, you know, things where you're just there for the horror. There's also some message that goes on along with the plot. And I love horror with like feminist themes, indigenous voices, and things that deal with race. And I like when you're reading a horror story and it makes you look inward and reflect, personally. And then what does your book collection look like? It's eclectic. As you can see behind me, I don't know if you can see the titles or not. I have old collections of classics. I have some nonfiction. Most of my collection is fiction, and it ranges from romance, including a healthy amount of smut, fantasy, mysteries, and horror. And then moving on to my reading goals for this year, I want to read more horror. And I've read a lot of fantasy and romance since starting Booktok, just because I've been introduced to so many indie authors. And that has been a wild and wonderful ride, and I have been so happy to be a part of it and meet so many people. And I've done everything from ARC reading to like looking at proofreading for people. I've also done beta reading. It's been like a really cool journey, and I've had like a blast connecting with authors. And I want to work on my backlog of NetGalley arcs. I got into this situation where I requested too much at the very beginning, so I'm still kind of catching up from books that I had requested way back in like 2021, 2022 area. And I'll be trying to work on my backlog along with like the new requests that come in over like the next few years, so that I can have a better ratio and get approved for the things that I really, really want to you know, go ahead and read. And that brings me to another goal of mine, where I'm going to prioritize my ARC requests, you know, really stick to the teams that I'm already on and only request things that I really, really know that I want to read, so that I'm not turning reading into a job, because I have the tendency to get burned out, and I don't want to get burned out on my hobby. That would be awful. I would hate that. Blech. And then I want to read more diversity. I want to read more BIPOC authors in our beautiful Rainbow Mafia friends, the LGBTQ plus. I love them, and I want to read more diverse stories. And you know, love is love, man. And I love love stories. And yeah, that's pretty much my little introduction. I didn't want it to be too terribly long, because then it would have been too boring, I guess. I don't know. Let me know. I'm not going to do any book reviews or go over, you know, what I'm reading right now, as that is currently in progress. Maybe I'll make a book vlog next week. We'll see. I'm still planning my content. I'm still figuring my way through YouTube, figuring out the editing process, all of that stuff. And yeah. I hope that that TikTok doesn't go dark. I'm still going to be on there if you know, they get an extension, and you may still see me there. I am up on Instagram, even though I hate it. I am on Threads. I don't post very much on those platforms because I am mad at Meta, for obvious reasons. And I'm also on Clapper for right now. We'll see how that does. I know that there is a new Booktok specific app coming out called Tome, Tome, like a book, and I signed up for the waiting list for that. That comes out at the end of the month. I think it's like the 28th. And I'm also on Tumblr. You can find me on Goodreads and Fable. I'll put my Linktree link up so that you can find me on all of the places that you do go to. You know, follow me on one, follow me on all, whatever you feel comfortable with. I know we're all really upset with, you know, Zuckerberg at the moment, so blah. But anyway, I'm so happy that you are here and watching my video, and please, you know, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna be posting more things, do all the YouTube things that you're supposed to do, or not, you know, it's up to you. I could be annoying, who knows. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.